Their role is to close with and destroy the enemy. Working on the front lines, they form the backbone of the army.
All right, y'all, welcome back to Combat Arms channel. Okay, so today we're doing a reaction to the Canadian Armed Forces. Now, before we get into that, of course, you guys can already tell I'm in my new YouTube studio or office. It's the room I do YouTube stuff in. So you can see I have a new setup, and yeah, I think it looks pretty solid. I got the whole green, white, and black color scheme going on. We have the patches over here in the background, so if you guys want to send me some patches, I can throw them up over here. We have the play button, we have some military stuff and some other little knickknacks here. So let me know what you guys think of like the whole camera angle and the whole setup right now. Again, I will do like a whole office tour a little bit later on. I'm still waiting on some stuff to come out of storage so I can put it back on these cabinets and also put some more stuff on the walls. But yeah, this is what we have right now. I just wanted to get these videos going just so I can get back in the flow of doing YouTube stuff. Again, I did come back from Korea recently, so I'm getting used to just being around toddlers and whatnot again. So I'm trying to balance out the schedule and work that out. So yeah, I'm excited to do this little reaction video today. But we're doing a reaction to the Canadian Infantry. Now, tomorrow is Canada's Flag Day, I believe. So I will try and look up international holidays so I can do reaction videos for that country around that holiday. So I will try and keep that up. If I do miss a big holiday from your country, then I apologize. Sometimes the scheduling doesn't work out so well. But yeah, it works out pretty well now. So that Flag Day is tomorrow. Now, it is also Valentine's Day, so hopefully you guys can get lucky, grab a date, and go do something cool. If you have a girlfriend or husband or wife or whatever, definitely go out there and do something romantic. It's nice being back with my family because I can really celebrate the holidays, and they just feel a little bit better as opposed to trying to celebrate them over in Korea, you know, by myself and whatnot. But yeah, it's Valentine's Day. Go do something cool. But today we're checking out the Canadian Infantry. So if you don't have a date, then hopefully you can at least enjoy this video and it'll make your day a little bit better. And again, let me know what you guys think about this setup. I have my mic right here, so the audio should be pretty decent. And then the whole angle, I think, looks pretty good. You can see a lot of the room and whatnot. So let me know any comments about the lighting or the camera setup or audio. Feel free to throw that down in the comments section because I'm still trying to work out the kinks of this little YouTube studio. So this video is about 4.5 minutes long, and it was uploaded by Aquafina Bottle, of all people. So that's pretty interesting. But okay, let's check out this video about the Canadian Infantry. Infantier.
I'm Sergeant Jason Gerard from Maniwaki, Quebec.
Okay, so real quick, infantier is not a word we use in the U.S. military. I've not heard that. I've heard it from other militaries, but we don't really use that term in the U.S. We generally just say infantryman, so maybe infantier is the like gender neutral version of that, but I'm not really sure if that's the intended purpose. I'm not sure if infantier could potentially be an older phrase than infantryman. If you guys know the history of that word, definitely throw it down in the comment section. Now, we can already see he has a lot of facial hair. We can't do that in the U.S., mainly because, you know, they say if you go into a contaminated environment, you won't be able to get a seal with your gas mask, which I guess is generally true. But yeah, it does look pretty intimidating to have a beard. So infantryman with beards definitely looks a little bit better.
I'm an infantier posted at the Canadian Armed Forces Infantry School in Gagetown.
Hell yeah.
Infantiers are the primary combat fighters in the Canadian Army. Their role is to...
Okay, again, I will not try and pause it so much. I just want to check out the gear real quick. So we can see, I think that's the the Canadian pattern in there. Some pretty standard helmets and night vision mounts. We see he has a saw with an Elkin. This dude has a older Carl Gustav. I'm not sure what he's trying to do right here. He's about to... I guess he's holding security with a Carl Gustav, but okay, pretty cool.
Combat fighters in the Canadian Army. Their role is to close with and destroy the enemy. Working on the front lines, they form the backbone of the army.
You have to be in great physical shape. Mentally, I'd say you have to be mentally tough. General leadership
even more
skills,
so, honestly.
Either natural or you build on them. Quick decision-making skills and initiative. Those are probably the general backbone of what you need to be a good general infantry soldier.
Yeah, so that's definitely true. Now, leadership is a good thing to have. You know, some people say like he's a born leader. I don't really agree with that. I think generally how you're raised is how you're going to be as a leader, and if you're going to be effective as a leader. Because it definitely took me a while to learn leadership And some people just, you know, they learn leadership in different ways, and it takes you being able to adapt to the people underneath you to be an effective leader. Now, he was also saying using the initiative. That is very, very important for an infantryman, because you need to be able to assess the battlefield and be able to make those quick decisions. You know, you can make a decision that's not necessarily going to be the best one, but if you're making no decision, then that's really bad, especially for, you know, the infantry job in general.
This exciting job includes mounted operations working out of a LAV-6 light armored vehicle.
Okay.
Airborne operations like parachuting, operating high-tech equipment, or firing a multitude of powerful weapon systems, as well as
that's
driving
the bread and butter right there.
Both soft-skinned and armored vehicles.
I've gone through a lot of cool stuff in my career, and then I've done a lot of challenges that have brought me to a higher level of physical and mental preparation.
The infantry is the tip of the
I can
spear on the
appreciate that.
battlefield. They conduct raids and ambushes in a combat mission, or conduct patrols and convoy escorts as part of security and stability missions.
Word.
This is a hands-on job. Infanteers are trained to fight in cities, deserts, jungles, the Arctic, or any other environment they are called upon to operate in.
Oh, that's a sick shot right there. Yeah, infantrymen, people say infantrymen are like the jack of all trades, just because, yeah, you need to be good at infantry, but you also need to be proficient with, you know, communications and radio equipment, CBRN stuff. I mean, sometimes even admin stuff, because a lot of times they'll drop the ball. You need to be generally proficient, have a good understanding of logistics. So you need to be good at certain things, like the fundamentals of being an infantryman, but you also need a good understanding of a lot of other stuff, or else, you know, things are just going to fall through and it's going to get kind of rough for you guys. So it'll definitely help your unit out if you have a good understanding of that small stuff.
And infanteers are trained to do more than just fight. They deploy across the country to help Canadians combat forest fires, floods, and other natural disasters.
That's kind of cool.
Standing proud for Canada as an infanteer comes with a rich history of battle honors embodied in every Canadian regiment. They have a strong tradition of overcoming obstacles and some of the greatest challenges on the battlefield. Physical.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen my reaction to the When Canadians Hear the Word War video, that's a really solid one, because it gives a good understanding of their military background, and at the same time it also gives a good understanding of the mindset that they actually had, because they were pretty ferocious and pretty effective. You guys also told me a lot that Canada has never lost a war. Now, I'm not sure, I haven't actually fact-checked that, but you guys are pretty accurate and you get some pretty good information, so I'll go ahead and believe it. You guys seem pretty effective with what you do with war fighting and whatnot.
Fitness and mental resiliency are two critical traits for infanteers who may work in harsh conditions that demand precise action.
Let's go! Whatever you're going to do,
some jungle training right there.
Do it hard. Anything you try, never give up and push even harder than you think you would or could, because that's going to bring you to greater victories and greater skills.
Yeah, that's good advice for the military in general. Okay.
My coolest experience was in recon platoon.
Hell yeah, here we go.
Determine the most likely course of action of an enemy so that we can paint a very clear picture for the infantry when they come in and they do an attack, so they don't have any surprises, and we're just trying to guarantee their success.
Okay, so I'm seeing he also has some finger tattoos, so good on you guys for allowing that. Now, I definitely agree with what he's saying. So being in reconnaissance, you basically have to be a really solid infantryman, because you need a good understanding of infantry and the battlefield to be able to go into reconnaissance, because you need to be able to sort of predict what the enemy is going to do and why they're doing it, and you also need to be able to identify vehicles, identify formations, and sort of predict that. So you need a good understanding of the infantry before you start going into something like reconnaissance. Here we go.
Once trade qualified, infanteers are posted to an infantry battalion at bases across Canada.
Okay.
Reservists in this role will return to their home units where they continue their training on a part-time basis.
Fun.
Soldiers are assigned to one of 3 rifle
Hell
sections
yeah,
of
the M203. I love that thing.
They continue to build their skills through in-garrison training and field exercises, and by completing additional courses, working to make their unit the best it can be.
Okay, so that sounds very similar to what we do in the US. You go through your basic training and then you start moving on to the advanced training. And also when you get to your unit, you do more nuanced training, just depending on what mission your unit actually has. And yeah, you just get to do specialized stuff as well, like CQB stuff and whatnot. So this is pretty cool. We can see, again, he's training with the M203, awesome weapon system. And then they're also doing CQB with like this computer system, which looks pretty fancy. And they also have pistols. So generally in the infantry, in the US infantry, you'd only have a pistol if you're like a machine gunner or if you're, you know, like an officer or something. So someone where you wouldn't really need a normal rifle setup because you're not on the front lines as much as other people.
Well, I had the opportunity as soon as I finished up all my training to get deployed to Afghanistan in 2010. I was there for almost a 10-month deployment. Generally, I had a pretty good attitude about it, even with the whole evolving situation and kind of walking the unknown the whole time.
Yeah.
It was just a great experience altogether.
Afghanistan was pretty rough in 2010.
That are not deploying overseas participate in field training and exercises to ensure they stay mission ready, keeping their warfighting skills at a high level.
Oh yeah, you got to keep the training going constantly.
There is no life.
The nice B-roll shots.
It's its own little world. I mean, we have our own dynamics and our own way of doing things, and just our own kind of team spirit. Esprit de corps. It's just different from anything else you're ever going to live anywhere else.
Yeah, so what he was saying about the esprit de corps is very true. So being in the military, you sort of have like these shared passions and experiences, so you can bond like that. But in infantry, it's a lot closer just because, you know, you are relying on each other just to get out of a potentially bad situation. So you do have a certain level of trust, and you get like a certain brotherhood that you can't get anywhere else. So I definitely understand what he's saying with that. So yeah, very cool video. Again, it's always cool checking out other infantry units just to see how they're doing everything. And it seems very, very similar to the US infantry and how they do everything, and even how the layout is. Now, I'm not sure how big the Canadian Armed Forces actually is, or their infantry, as far as how many personnel or how many units they actually have, but they're saying that there's battalions all over Canada. So yeah, I mean, very cool to check out. Again, hopefully you guys can appreciate me doing this on the or near the Canadian Flag Day. I'll try and continue doing that, where I do reaction videos around big holidays and whatnot. But yeah, hopefully you guys can appreciate that. Let me know again how you like the setup, how you like the angle and the audio and whatnot. So if there's anything I can fix, I will try and, you know, get those kinks out. And of course, I will start filling up the background with more stuff as it comes in. So let me know what you guys think about the video and the setup. This was awesome to check out. So thank you, Aquafina water bottle, for uploading this video. But again, hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're new, again, definitely consider subscribing. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. That is it for this video, so I will see y'all in the next one.